Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. I wanted to make a video about my watch list, building my watch list for Monday, and talk about a couple of the plays that I called out on Friday. So, so I belong to this community, Bullish Bears. You can find us on Facebook. That's where we're really active on. Um, this is a stock market community. If you could, let me just scroll up here so you can see. So it's a closed group. So you just send the request and we'll let you in the group. It's fantastic. Um, let me open up YouTube so that you can see that this is where we house all of our videos. So you go to YouTube, just like I'm doing now. You type Bullish Bears, and we're constantly providing um, content. All right, so you can come here. This is basically like a learning management system in a YouTube, where you can come here and you can learn about all types of things about exponential moving averages and how to use RSI, and you can see me build my watch list and we post them on here. How to use think or swim, and all kinds of stuff, like how to identify patterns and all the different patterns that we use, and how to use setups and everything. My specific videos here, if you would go to, I guess, playlist, and you would go, instead of going to grid, and look here and just so you can see here in the grid, you can see all the different things: stock charting basics, swing trading basics. This is me, Omar's momentum trading. All right. And patterns, Ichimoku cloud, marijuana stocks. I mean, just amazing stuff here. How to trade options. We got a whole options trading course. I mean, it's just, you're here so you can learn how to trade options. I mean, the goal for this group, just so that you guys have a heads up, is right. So if you go, let's say you want to learn how to trade, you go to, let's say, somebody like Warrior Trading, for example, right? He has a big community, right? And you go, oh, okay, I don't know anything about stocks, so let me join a group, right? So you go somebody like Warrior Trade. Well, look how much he's going to charge you, just so that you can see. Look look how much they charge you for the trading courses. Like, look at this. I mean, crazy. $5 grand to get chat room access, simulator, mentoring, and a 20 chapter course where we can give you all this stuff, right? So, it's not cheap, guys. This is very expensive. Tim Sykes too. All these guys, they charge a lot of money so you guys can join their courses. Our goal is to have the largest uh, stock market community in the world. So that way we can charge advertisers, all right, and we can provide you with content. So where we wanna go with this is we wanna create an actual university where you would be able to enroll for free. You would get taught by a teacher, and and they would teach you how to trade stocks, and we would have like nightly community chat rooms, and I mean, just where we want to go with this is going to be incredible. But the only way we can get there is by having you share, um invite your friends to the community, follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, so that we can grow to a point where we can start, advertisers take notice and we can charge advertisers, and that's how we can fund ourselves. All right. So that's where we're really trying to go with this. But in the meantime, keep indulging, keep learning, and more to come from that. But this is where you can find my stuff, or Omar's Momentum Trading. Um, if you come in here, you'll see all of my actual videos here. All right, so watch them all. The first one you should start with is Momentum Trading for Strategies for Beginners. Watch this 2 or 3 times. How to create a watch list. Okay. Think or Swim custom scanning for momentum trading. I'm gonna actually create another video. I'm gonna update this with more information and show you a little bit more, like what's short selling and how to short a stock, how to day trading tips and techniques, advanced momentum trading strategies. So I got all this set up, and it's free. All right, it's free, and I think it's pretty good. It's a work in progress. Like we're growing and we're learning as we grow, and your feedback is warranted and appreciated so that we can improve. We're a new community. So with that said, all right, I'm gonna go up my Thinkorswim. All right, and I actually changed this to white. I got some people requesting that to make it white because it pops and makes it a little easier to follow. So that's why I usually see all my you always see this in black, but this time I changed the background to white. So let's talk about this. So I made I made a video building my watch list, all right, for March 3rd, which was Friday, right? And what I did was, I go through my watch list, I build it out, and I call out all these stocks. And there was a tremendous amount of great plays, but I want to call out something specifically. So just so you can see, I don't be bullshitting, and that I know what I'm talking about. Look, somebody said something so extraordinarily sweet to me. Said, "Oh, so I just want to thank you for posting the watch list every day. I'm not a day trader, I'm an options trader, but as per your advice, I start to use the strategy you told me a week ago. I also do my research before the market opened and into some trades. I made some profit from the watch list you said would pull back. So GBT and NLLK. See, I day trade. She's an options trader, but you can still apply what I teach to options trading, which is fantastic. All right, now in regards to that, this is what I did. So yesterday morning, right? And this call comes back to that. We'll cover this. So yesterday morning, this is what I said. This is, look, timestamp 7:03 a.m. yesterday. Okay, I said, and in the video I called this out. I said, "Good morning, everyone." This is what I was on the train actually when I wrote this. I expect some nice pullbacks today from UBRN, ACIW, ANF, and NLNK. All right, that doesn't mean it won't pop at the open, but at some point today, maybe the open, maybe noon, it will pull back and create some great shorting opportunities, right? So this was 7. This was for the market open. Now let's look at Think or Swim. Let's review those stocks. All right, let's review the first one, which was, what did I say? UBRN. All right, let's go to UBRN. So UBRN, look what happened. All right, over the last 5 days, this stock went from 5 days ago. This stock was at a high of like 26.81. It came back down to 25.01. But the reason why it came on my watch list, because if you follow my previous videos, I say I look for stocks that are holding their highs, right? So this thing went from 25 to 27. It closed like in the 26 range. So this was my rationale. Since it gapped up so much, I expected it to give some back. All right, and look what happened. The market opened, and let's focus on Friday. And that's the 5-minute chart right here. This is the 1-minute chart. And look what happened. The market opened. Let me put the one. I'm gonna just change this to the 2-day 1-minute chart. So I'm gonna get 2 days 1 minute, so you can see the last 2 days, right? So this is where it closed on Thursday. Friday the market opened, and this thing collapsed. It went from 20 at a high of 26.97, and you see, look, it sold off all day long. It dipped below VWAP, and it was riding below the exponential moving averages. So this is the 9 EMA, and this is the 20 EMA. And you can see, like, popped up, but it never broke. Really, just for a second, it broke over VWAP, but look, it came back down, and you see the TTM squeeze. It's just strong on the sell. All this selling pressure. You see the MAC 2D lines, they're separate. So when the green's over the red and the more spacing there is, that is a confirmation that, it's going to be a sell-off, all right? And it just sold off all day. So had you, listened to me and bought some shares, now, mind you, I know this is an expensive stock, right? $26. But let's say you have $10,000 in an account, and you would have bought yourself, I don't know, a couple hundred shares. You could have made a couple $100, and it's easy, because you're watching this go down. You don't have to. If you're getting in somewhere here, like in the 26.88 level, that's 10. Let's say $27 would have been your stop loss. But look, it never came anywhere close to that. It just sold off completely all day long. All right, this thing went all the way down to 25.87 before it had a little dip, bounce back up, and then it closed. And now it's currently at 25.95, right? So, you could have made like almost $1 a share shorting this, all right? All right, and there was a couple of others on my watch list. I said ACIW. What ACIW did. The reason why I expected it to pull back, because, this was in the last 5 days, was 1955. It was all the way up to 22.96, all right? So Thursday, and look what happened. When the market opened, okay, it gapped up a little bit and just completely collapsed. It hit a high of 22, high of 22.35, and came all the way down to about 21.35, okay? And then it found its support about the 21.30 mark, and then it just kind of like consolidated back up. So, people started buying this and moves back up. But, you had an opportunity to make some nice money at the open had you, got in, okay? What was another? There was 2 more stocks that I said we're gonna pull back. What else did I say? I said ANF and NLNK, right? So, it's ANIF. I'm sorry. Oh no, ANF. All right, here we go. ANF. Look Abercrombie and Fitch. Why did I expect it to pull back? Because look, it was $10, right, in the last week. It had a high of $13.75. It gave some of those gains back into the close, but it was too overextended. These stocks are overextended. So look what happened. The market opened and it just completely sold off well below the moving averages and VWAP. Look at the TTM squeeze. A lot of selling pressure. Look at the MACD. The green is over the red, and look at all that spacing. That means it's a very, very strong sign that it's bullish. Look at the volume. Look at the volume candles. Look at all the selling pressure. All right, a lot of selling pressure, and it just sold off all day. So right at the open, 13.15, had you got in, you could have held all this all the way down. All right, almost a whole dollar. This thing came down. All right, so you could have made some money shorting this as well. All right. All right, and then the last stock I had said, but there were more. Those were the four I looked at quickly. Was a NLLK, right? NLLK. This thing ripped and then it sold off. Let's see, where is it? For some reason, oh yeah, there it is. NLLK. So this stock was a little scary because the bid and the ask, the spread was kind of wide. But look at the open, like it kind of like consolidated sideways. Not sure what to do. And then once it went above the moving averages, you see the TTM squeeze pop. You see the green go above the red. You see that spacing. That's a very strong indicator that the price of the stock's going to go up. And then you see these flags form. Bull flag right here. So this was a confirmation. Once you pulled in, you could have bought some shares right here. Or you could say, hey, I'm going to wait till it breaks higher day, which is here. Once it broke higher day, this could have been your entry. Formed a little flag, and then it kind of sold off. So, on the 5-minute chart, if you're watching this, okay, you could have got in when the new candle breaks above the previous high. So this could have been an entry, or if you wanted a clear confirmation, hey, I'm gonna buy in once it breaks the high day, which was right here. So once it broke the high day, you could have got in here, and within this 5-minute candle, it went from 2048 to almost to 2090. I mean, you could really quickly in 5 minutes you could have made some money. Now, mind you, this is a more expensive stock, so I get that. But then you get the pullback. And I always talk about that too. With momentum trading, you usually get more, either a stock is going to spike up and then come back down, or you're going to get the pullback. So depending on which time frame you're looking, I like to look at the 1 and the 5. Okay? But you see you have that first run up, pullback, and then it kind of consolidated. Second run up, and it sort of pulled back, even though it's still going up, it was pulled back a little bit, and then that last push, and then the sell-off. And this thing, went from 21.18 all the way back down to 19.79. So you could have made almost $2 a share shorting this into the reversal. And the way you do that, and one of the tricks you want to do is, whether you're looking at the 5-minute or 1 minute, when you're seeing a stock like form a trend, you want to put a trend line. Like on the 5-minute, it's very clear. You just, you take your little trend line and you just have it go, you put your little trend line, and once it breaks the trend, you have a reversal. Okay? Here on the 1 minute, all right, if you're doing it, you want to be, if you're utilizing the 1 minute, you want to be, like you put it like right where the candles are, right there, and you're watching on the 1 minute, and then once it breaks the trend, you know that there's a reversal. It's not like perfect, but it helps a lot. Okay? So that's what I wanted to call out. So look, those 4 plays, you had great opportunities to short, and some of these other stocks were overextended too and gave back. But there were a couple of nice winners on my watch list. RNVA was the big one that was on my watch list, and the reason why it popped up on my watch list because I entered it because it was up after hours on news, and I guess it got on people's lists, and people just rode the news, and you see. Right at the market open, the TTM squeeze, when you get that light blue, that means it's gonna pop, And look at the MACD. Look at the green goes over the red. Look at the spacing. That's all bullish confirmation. And you see you get the flag here. Look, one full black flag, 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 and then the sell-off, So remember, when a stock gaps up, all right, on the 1 and the 5, and look, on the 5 it's a lot clearer. You got that pop, you get that one pullback. So this is people taking their profit and not a sell-off, all right? Because you see the little pullback, but you see a lot of volume coming in. And that's how you know you're going to get a second push. You got to focus on the volume too, guys, to kind of get a sense of the direction of the stock is going. And what you want to do is, so if I see a stock like this and I see this, I'm putting a trend line here. I'm just going to say, okay, this, let's say you had caught this like right here. Say, all right, I'm going to put a trend line, right? And then watching this. Right, so you put your trend line, and you see it breaks the trend, but you see it pulls back, but you get a lot of volume, like buying pressure, and it's above VWAP. This is the 13 EMA on the 5 minute chart. I use the 9 and 20 on the 1 minute chart. And right here, all right, you get that pullback, but then you get the value push. You could have got in here in this last 10 minutes. It went from a low of what is it, low 276, and it went a high of 327. So you could have made some money quick. You could have, and what's nice about this, what made it simple is that you see how it rides the 9 EMA the entire time. It just rides the 9 EMA, you know. So if you're getting in here, right, your first like, so every quarter you should be a little concerned. So anything before, so let's say you got in here, right, on the pullback, first pullback, 216. You know, you got to be looking to see if it's going to break 225. All right, if it breaks 225, then you really want to be concerned with 250 because 250 is a whole number. And you see, it got to that 250 mark, and it kind of wasn't sure what it was going to do. You see the wick, the tail, because it's kind of undecisive. But it broke it, and it consolidated, and then you got that next nice volume push, and that's when you know to get up. And then it kind of pulls back, and it rides the 9 EMA, and then it sells off. Me, what I like to do as a short seller is, like, I would have probably bought this, you know, long and short. But to me, what I love is to watch a stock go up, form this head and shoulders pattern. So if you notice, let me zoom in a little more, right? So it pulls back, and you get in that next little push. And what you gotta notice, right, is if you're watching this, and let's say you catch this. Let me zoom out. Let's say, you know, you're watching this, right? And you catch this somewhere over here. You're like, damn, this stock was at 198. You got to think to yourself, it's not going to keep running. It's going to pull back. So you don't want to chase a stock. You got to be careful. All right? What I like to do as a short seller is I like to watch it form that head and shoulders pattern where you see kind of you get that run up and you get that pullback. So this would be the shoulder. This is the head. And I also call it a nephew breakdown. And then this is the other shoulder right here. And boom, it just collapsed. So you could have made money shorting this back down as well, which is fantastic. That's what I like to do. I like to see stocks that are gapping up and short into the reversal. That's what I love to do. And the reason why most day traders will tell you to trade the first 2 hours of the market is because that's where all the volatility happens. You see the big push happened at the open, right? It didn't happen in the afternoon. It happened at 9:30, and by 6:16, it topped out, and then it kind of gave back. And then it kind of went sideways all the rest of the day. It went up and down and up and down. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get a sense of what the stock is going to do at that point. I mean, you could scalp and you can use these indicators to help you. But, you know, it's kind of dangerous at that point. I mean, you know, once the move happens, you know, I'm not looking at this unless it breaks the high of day at some point. So what I would have done is at this point, once the reversal happens, I would have put a trend line right there to say, okay, this is resistance at this point. And then I say, okay, where's support? So it kind of went up, and then support's theoretically like right here. So it's in this channel. So if it breaks below that, I short it again. If it breaks above it, then I might buy it. If it happens in the day, I might not be looking at it at that point. All right. So, you know, there was other plays on my watch list, but I'm not going to go through them. All right. So let's build our watch list for the 6th, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this. I'm going to go create watch list, and I'm going to put 3, 6, 17. All right, I'm going to hit save. So it should replace that. Okay, and what I normally do is, just so everybody knows, this filter scan is here at the market open. I find a lot of plays on this, but I also use it as my nightly scan. So I look for stocks between 20 cents and $30 that have a minimum volume of 500,000 shares or more, or they're up 5% from the open or more. And then I click scan, and we got 64 plays. All right, guys, be so appreciative of this market. Like, there were times during the year where I would do these scans, and I would get like 5 stocks because the market was dead. So, you know, we're in an incredible bull market right now. All right. So with that said, I go to charts, and basically I just go through the list. So the first stock we see here is Mankind. Now, Mankind is a stock that I've traded before. It's usually in this 40-cent range, and it was up to 241. Why? Because they did a reverse split. Just know that when a company offers a reverse split of their shares, it always gonna sell off. So, and that's what happened. The market opened, and this thing completely sold off. You know, it had a little bounce, and that's why that's what this is reflective of, a reverse split. This is probably gonna be a fantastic shorting opportunity come Monday. If you can find shares to short, I would look to see if you can short this on Monday. All right, it has the volume. Okay, it has the volume. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but I would look to short this. All right. Next up, RNVA. RNVA was, you know, we just went through this. It's up. You know, hit a high of 327. It came back down to 261, and right now it's in the 280, 290 range. You might have another opportunity to this might have another like spike at the open, but this is gonna continue to sell off. All right. I'm gonna see what other plays are out there before I put this on the watch list. Let's see what else is out there. IMMD. All right, this is a chop. When you see stocks like this is like crap, and you see how choppy it is. You don't know how to play this. All right, if you do want to play this because it opened at 26, it closed at 44, and it had a million shares, but I bet you wasn't traded much. All right, and that's one thing about Thinkorswim. You can't figure out how many. It doesn't tell you how many times a stock was traded, which sucks. That's the one thing they need to work on. But if you ever decide you want to trade some crap like this, you want to look at a bigger time frame. So you would probably want to look at let me go here today. Let's do today. Let's do 15-minute. So because the stock is moving so slow and there isn't much volume. See, you get a better sense of the direction of the stock when you're looking at a wider time frame, like 15 or 30 minutes, and that's how you get a cleaner indication of the stock. This is not gonna go on my watch list, even though it did hold its highs. I just don't like the chart. All right, so let me go back and go to 2-day 1 minute. Okay, so let's keep moving on. CVRS is a stock that had a nice rip at the market open, hit a high of 144. You see that head and shoulders pattern? Head, shoulder, head, shoulder, breakdown. I love to short these. The problem with shorting these guys is that you need a broker that can find you shares, and you're not gonna be able to find them with maybe you may find some with E-Trade, but Thinkorswim's terrible for shorting. A lot of these Fidelity and all these companies, they all suck. You need like a Centerpoint, or you need like a Speed Trader to get the shares to short. And fortunately, TD Ameritrade doesn't offer it. But no, this is not going on the watch list. Next up, BIOS, rip pre-market on news. And it kind of it gapped up at the open for a bit, and then it kind of washed out, and it's just sideways. I mean, there's a stock over the last years. Last time it had news, it broke above. It slowly went above $2. I think I remember this, where it was you see, let me look here. Back in December, it kind of gapped up, and it had this nice little run where and then it kind of came back down, and it had another run, and it touched that 180 mark. So you see, it's it's a little above it now. So it has a lot of room really to run. I mean, all the way up to the 260s. There's nothing stopping it. If there's no resistance all the way up to here. So I'm gonna put it on my watch list just because of that. And this may be something you may potentially want to swing. I mean, generally I wouldn't put it on my watch list because I like to just see the stocks that are. I keep doing this. I gotta make this a favorite. I thought I made it a favorite. Let me see. I gotta fix this. Yeah, it's not in my favorites list. I'll show you guys how to do that. 2 days, 1 minute chart. Yeah, so it kind of just sideways, but let's see. We'll see what happens. All right, if it breaks 199 on Monday, I mean, this thing can slowly grind all the way up to close to $3. So keep an eye on it. We'll see. All right, let's move on. RVVTF, hell no, it's crap. MGTI, formerly known as MGT. This was 70 cents 5 days ago, and slowly it's grinding. So it's being pumped again. I don't know how high this is gonna go. This is dog shit. This is crap. And it's above VWAP. I mean, theoretically you can swing it. I don't know, but it may just all collapse Monday. I'm staying away from it. I'm not gonna recommend any of you guys look at this either. Next up is MCIG. This is a stock that I have swung from time to time. Look, it got down to 18 cents, and it's all the way back up to 26. It's a pump, but I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. But theoretically, it is a stock that's holding its highs, and generally I would. I just don't know what it's gonna do. I mean, it has some more room to run. You know what? I'll put it. Maybe it spikes to 31 cents, and you can get in. But you would have to be quick at the open if you're gonna buy. But because I do not think, I think you may have an opportunity. Let me just delete this. Remove drawing. So, you theoretically may have an opportunity to buy. I mean, I don't know if it gets above 31. Let's see what it's done over the last year. I mean, yeah, it's at its highest, it was at 50 cents, and it's just been selling off, and it bounced. And, you got on the yearly, you see it's still, you see how the green is over the red? It's still bearish, but the green is starting to come around, and the RSI is low. I mean, and it's stepping up, so the red is the indicator where it's at its strongest selling point, and this is where like the reverse will happen. So maybe there's some chance. And it would have to get above these two. I don't know. We'll see. You may get a few cents spike. Let me go back. I don't love it. So let's go back. 2 day. 2 days, 1 minute. All right. So let's move on. ATEC. ATEC was a stock that ripped. Hit a high 5.8. Look at that shorting opportunity. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, man, shorting is the move, man. But it 5 days ago was 324. Probably gonna give back more. It's below VWAP. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but who knows? ARREF, nah, it's crap. AF, nah, we get out choppy, nasty, no good. SBOT, I mean, it was 152 5 days ago. It's already given back its gains. I don't know. I don't like the chart. I mean, it did pop though. I mean, you did have an opportunity. Look at that. You had the consolidation. This is the flat top breakout, and then the pullback. We have bull flag here, and then so you have 1, 2, and then the sell off. That's how it usually happens. All right. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm gonna keep moving on. EMMD. There's no volume here, but look. I mean, this might be a potential swing trade. It's above VWAP. Let's see what it is over the last year. I mean, wow, this thing has had how many green days in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's crazy. 12 green days in a row. That's insane. This gotta get back. This is probably gonna collapse. There's no way it has to have a red day at some point. I'll put it on the watch list. Even though I wouldn't because it has no value. But you may want to, I don't know. Let's see. You may want to swing it, but I don't know. It looks sketchy to me. RJETQ, nah. PME, nah. Not a lot of volume. Even though it's been up, it was 380s. Now it's 497. ARJS, ew. HABT, nah. IBCI, nah. No volume. EYEG, nah. Ugly chart. EVC, nah. ONCS, nah. Don't like it. BSTG. Nah, it's an ugly chart, even though it kind of closed its over the highs. BITA. This is a stock that, look, so I'll give you a gem. BITA, 1890 5 days ago. 2220, right? It's down 2175. You got at least 2175, 2130. You got like what, 50, 60 cents at least before it touches a VWAP. This is a stock that I'm gonna put on my watch list, and this would be probably present a great shorting opportunity. All right. And if you want more research about a stock, you go like this, right? You go to, let's say, there's a lot of ways. You can go to Finviz. You can go to a million websites, but you go to Finviz. And what was the name of that? My memory's horrible, by the way, guys. So let's see, BITA, right? So you go back, and I'm gonna type BITA. All right, and let's look, right? So is it short? Look, 90% of the stock is being shorted. Okay, the 50. So let's see the volume. Okay, the average volume is 624,000. It's above its average volume, which is what we like. Yeah, I would see it's shortable. All right, so yeah, I expect this to give something back. If you look at the moving averages too, the 50, it's above the 50s, below the 200. I mean, but you have resistance here, resistance here. Yeah, this is overextended. Some dog shit company. JP Morgan. Look, it hasn't even been rated forever. So yeah, I would be looking to short this come Monday. I know it's a little more expensive, but I would be looking to short this. I guarantee you that this is gonna pull back Monday. I don't know how much, but you're gonna have an opportunity. All right, EPZM, right? That $13 is up at 15. This was at 12. So hit a high, came back down. This is found its support up here in this $13 level, and now it's back up over VWAP. So it has to break above this, right? Or it's gonna at least come back and hit below, somewhere in this range. So this is the range. All right, it's probably gonna give some back because it was $12 5 days ago. But it doesn't have no volume. That's the problem. I'm gonna put it on the watch list, but it doesn't have no volume, so I doubt it'll do anything. But I think it's gonna present a good shorting opportunity. If you find shares to short, go for it. All right, Kindred Healthcare. All right, 1.5, opened at 905, closed at 909. This is the kind of stock that I like to, the chart is not the cleanest, but these are the stocks that I like that hold their highs. And the 5 minute looks a lot cleaner than the 1 minute, and it rolled the 13 EMA pretty much over. It's above VWAP. Let's see what it's been over the last year. All right, this is a stock that it needs to get above. This is the actual resistance point right here. All right, about 10 bucks. It's at, hit a 999. It's closed at like 980. All right, so if it can break above that, it has some room to run. But I expect this to kind of have a nice little pullback. But how many green days it had? It had one. Look at it, it had a flag and it had that nice push. I expected to touch that $10 mark. If it does, and then kind of pull back, and you could probably short it that back down. We'll see. KND, but it'll go on my watch list because it's kind of a stock that, like I said, I like to look for stocks that are holding their highs. All right, so 2 days, 1 minute. So let's go back and let's keep moving on. OCLR, beautiful. These are the stocks that I love to trade with volume. They're revving up. Look, this thing opened at like 920, but this thing, kind of consolidated. But look at that, it started ripping, and it held its highs, and it closed over its highs. So this is gonna be definitely a volatile stock on Monday. You're not sure what a stock is really ever gonna do. But we'll see how it goes. Look at that, beautiful. It just rolled the 9 and 20, all the way up. Nice, easy breezy. You got these. Look at that, just nice and simple before the pullback. And remember, when you see a stock that's riding the trend, this is where the trend line is beautiful, because you just literally put it and you just watch it. As long as it's riding the trend, then you're good. You're good not to sell. You got all the the volume pushing you up, but once it breaks that trend, look, it breaks the trend and then it comes back down. It came back up, it bounced back up, it came back up, but you gotta expect that there's gonna be a reversal at some point. You would have been a quick scalp, but this is where the reversal takes place. All right, but as long as you see it riding the trend, you're good. You're good. All right. Okay. Well, with that said, that's gonna be volatile. Now let's see where it was 5 days ago. I'm just curious. Let me just zoom out here. All right, 5 days ago, this was at 849. That was his low point. Okay, it's gapping up, and over the last year, right? You can just come here, see what it's done over the last year. I mean, it's had like 3 green days, so I would expect it to pull back. I mean, you have a lot of, you have to at least 1050, 1040. What is this? 1048. So you have some room. It has some room to run. But it's had 3 green days, so usually this had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's had 5 green days before it had a complete sell-off. So keep this on your watch list. Monday it may have a little gap, but I expect a nice little pullback. This is gonna sell off some point this week, hard. All right. So let's go back and let's move on. Kara's been beautiful, man. Look at this thing. This thing is. I told people in the group about buying this like back in like the $14 range. Look at this. I remember this stock was like $8, man. I should have sized in, man. I would have made 100 grand on this stock. Yeah, so it's high, man. It's up there. I think this is gonna go all the way to 20 bucks before we see I think you're good to ride this to up to about 20 bucks, and then we'll see what happens after 20. But it's super overextended. Look at this. This thing is up there, man. It's gonna have pullbacks. Usually it has a nice run. See, like first time last year, like in April, had this nice run all the way up to 8, and then when we came into 8, we went all the way back down to 5. And then that's what it does. It has like then it has a push, then a sell off, then a push, then a constant, then a sell off, then a push, then a sell off, then a push, then a sell off, then a push, and then a sell off. And now it's having this push. Guess what I think it's gonna do Monday? This thing's gonna be a great shorting opportunity come Monday. You may get up to 20 before, but I think it's gonna get back something Monday. I would be looking to short this Monday. All right, ANR. Okay, let's go back to the 1 day. This is a stock that not a lot of volume, but it was 975 5 days ago. It's at 1150. It's got something to give back. I mean, it's not liquid though. It's one of those stocks that's choppy. I don't really like to recommend you guys to get these, but I'll put it on my watch list because if you have a brokerage where you can find shares to short, look to short it because it's gonna come back down a bit. All right, let's keep going. I was at 366, high 405. It came back down. Sold a million shares. This is a 590, and it's kind of down, and it's starting to gap up. It's below. It's above VWAP, so I mean it has potential to keep moving. I don't know. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. I'm keep moving. PPHM, was this thing was at 51 cents, hit a high of 76, and it's down here over the last year. I think this was that stock that collapsed on some news. Oh no, this thing is, it had a moment where it hit 69. It's way above. I mean, it's overextended. This is a stock. If you find shares to short, I would say look to short this. This thing is gonna be. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but if you're a short seller, you should be looking to short this. ADPT. This stock ripped at the open, real nice too. Look at that. Flag here, flag here, flag here, flag here, and then just sold off. And this is a stock that is down. This thing crashed on news, and it's sort of been hovering this $2 to $3 range. You may get another spike at the open Monday, but gapped up and it came back down. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but it may have some volatility Monday. All right, CIG, 13 million shares, open at 340, closed at 350. It's at 322. It's one of these stocks that it's just very choppy. I don't love it, but you might want to swing it. It's above VWAP. I don't know. Let's keep moving on. I don't love it. Nope. Don't like this. Too choppy. MNTR, nope. BXE, nope. Those are choppy stocks. You see? Terrible charts. I don't know what it's gonna do. CHS was at 910. It gapped up, at the open. Let me do that. I like looking at the 2-day. I gotta make it a favorite. Yeah, so this thing, kind of ripped CHS, and it's running. So I'm gonna put this on the watch list. Has some volatility for sure. Let's keep going. Where am I? I was at CHS. What did I do? Sorry, guys. Lost my place. I'll just keep. I looked through a lot of these already. BHT. Yep. Nope. Oh yeah, CHS. CYH. I'm sorry. That's I'm looking here, but that's the newest stock. That's what confused me. All right, we just saw that ACRX. Nah. Very choppy. GFI. It's choppy, but it's holding its highs. It had 8 million shares traded. I mean, but look at this. This thing is choppy as shit. I mean, you had an opportunity, but look at all the indecision candles. It's hard to get a sense of what the stock's going to do now. AUPH ripped at the open nicely. It's volatile, and if you look at this over the last 5 days, I mean, this thing was up at 636. It came back down, found a new support at 437, and it's slowly gapping up. I mean, after hours, it kind of held up. Not sure what this stock is going to do. I mean, it does have a habit of on news to moving. I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to really feel about the stock. I'm gonna skip it. BLDI, nah, and QTM, nope. MVIS. After hours, Microvision, somebody bought this at 180, but no volume. CNKEF, nope. CMRX. Yeah, it's a stock that gapped up. I mean, 5 days ago it was 570, hit a high of 678. It has no volume though. Has no volume, so no. SA, nah. BLPH, nah. ECP, nah. Joe, nah. PT, PRTK, nope. And that's all of them. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. There isn't a lot of charts here that I felt, great about. Let me see if let me look. I'm gonna pull up another scan that I created, an after hours gap scan. Let's see what's out here. RNVA. See if any of these stocks are. Did I put this on my watch list? RNVA. I wasn't sure about it. I mean, it may, because it ran Monday. I was like kind of uncertain, but it may. Sometimes when you have a stock that moves on news, you have multiple days where it can run. You know what? Let's just put it. I mean, it really is overextended. I mean, I think it's going to be a great short more than anything else. But I'll put it on there. All right, CLV, nah. AFMD, nah. SPOT, nah. EYG, Nah. AUPH. Nah. I mean, it's choppy. I thought about it, but nah. NBIS. So yeah, this watch list is small. It's not a lot of beauties here. I'm looking at my 2 candle gap scanner. Nothing. So sometimes what's gonna happen is too. We've been very spoiled with this market. It's kind of gapped up. AMX. It's kind of it still gave some back, but it is overextended. American movie. And sometimes you'll let's look at you're gonna have days where the market is not gonna really give you much, and that's when your scanners really matter because you're not gonna really know what to trade, and you're definitely gonna need to use your scanner to find trades, or the market will present a trade because present an opportunity because there'll be some news that happens the morning of or throughout the day. So sometimes it's like it's just like that. But when there's no opportunities, don't trade, guys. If you don't see an opportunity, don't trade. I mean, GP, especially look at this thing sold off, but then look, it's bouncing again. You know what? I'm gonna put this on the watch list. Even though it's more expensive, I'm gonna put it on. I like that. It might continue to run, especially for you options traders. That might be something you may want to look at. And I'm just looking at stocks. Look, this didn't appear. This didn't come up on my watch list. You know why? Because it's only up 2%. But what I like about it is that it's closing holding its highs, and 5 days ago it was up to 20. It's been high right in this range, and now it's up again. And let me do 1 year. Yeah, I mean it's at its 1 year range. So you know what? This tells me that this is gonna come back down. It's gonna be a nice shorting opportunity. I'll put it on. I'm just finding more plays for some of you guys who trade options and stuff like that. QTM. Let's go here. Monday 1 minute. Nah. COT. HCX. Nah. I think that's it. I mean, we have more than enough. We'll see what happens Monday morning. But there's a couple on here that I think are going to be volatile. They're just unfortunately a little bit more expensive. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, so let's see. So MCIG, I put up there, it's holding its highs. We'll see what happens Monday. I think you may get a little pop, and then you gotta sell. So if you're gonna buy, you gotta be loaded up, get in and get out. Look to make maybe 5 cents, and then get out. BIOS, which is a stock that I think may have the potential to move Monday at the open. We'll see. EMMD. Oh, this got on my watch list. Why did I put this on my watch list? Oh no, get out of here. Oh yeah, because I said this was a good swing opportunity. That's why. You may want to potentially try to swing it. That's why. But I'm going to get rid of it. We'll get rid of that. RNVA, because it popped Friday, and there may be a continuation Monday at the open. You may get a little pop at the open. OCLR, so there's a stock that's moving on news. It's overextended. I expect it to give back some of its gains Monday. It may pop, but you may get, so it may be good. That's a good shorting opportunity. Kindred is another stock that I think will present a nice shorting opportunity. ANR, okay, is another stock that I don't love, but it was 975 5 days ago, and you may be able to short it. All right, CHS, I put it on the watch list because yeah, it sold off, but I like the fact that it was starting to gap up into the close and it's touching VWAP. Let's see if it breaks it. It may slowly grind up to this 450 range, I think, before it sells off. EPZM. It was in this range, closed holding its highs. It's up $2. Nothing here really excites me except for Kara. Kara excites me, and none of these other stocks really. And then I put this up because it gapped up. So there's nothing really that really excites me for Monday, to be quite honest with you guys. So we'll see what happens at the open. I'm looking at just random stocks. I'm not in love with anything for Monday, to be quite honest with you. All right, well, I know I blab too much, but enjoy your weekend. Hope you found some, some value in this. All right, check us out. So follow us on Bullish Bears.